Hudson, tell us about your 2014 grocery getter.
It's a 2014 Toyota 4Runner Trail Edition. Pretty unassuming. I guess we'll start with the I guess the biggest part of this truck is the suspension. It's a Total Chaos Fabrication 2-inch over front end, complete with King 2.5-inch diameter coilovers and 2.5-inch diameter triple bypass shocks. Has every gusset and strengthening part Total Chaos makes for the front end.
Why do you have so much Total Chaos stuff?
I have a very, very close working relationship with Total Chaos. They've kind of made me part of the family for the past 6 years since I've lived in Southern California. So it's just been a really good working relationship, and I kind of, I help them with a little bit of R&D every now and then, kind of throw some of my ideas out there, which some of them kind of make it in, some of them get the axe, but it's always cool to be a part of, development of new stuff and get to be a part of a company that's building really cool parts.
Nice, and it works well.
Yeah, it works amazing. It's, never been better.
Yeah. And then you got sliders up front. What do you have in the rear suspension?
The rear suspension is, again, Total Chaos Fabrication links and panhard bar. So everything's Hyman joint and polyurethane bushings, and then King 2.5-inch diameter compression adjustable rear shocks.
So what's this truck built for?
I built this truck to do the best of everything. It doesn't do one thing really well. It kind of does everything. It does everything well. It doesn't do one thing better than it does anything else. I built it mainly for long road trips, especially going up and down the Baja Peninsula. That was its main purpose. But it's served its use all over the western U.S., whether it's dirt roads, Rocky Mountain trails, flying down the highway. It's comfortable no matter what we're doing, and you can carry a bunch of people in it. 4 people comfortably, carry a bunch of stuff in it, and gets the job done. So one of the newest additions to the build is the new rooftop tent from Go Fast Campers. So it's the lowest profile and probably the lightest weight tent on the market. It's only 6 inches tall, fully collapsed, which is awesome because a big thing to me is weight, obviously, and center of gravity. So I'm not a big fan of putting a whole lot of things on the roof. It's a bit of a game changer for me because I had always been against putting a whole lot of things on the roof because I don't like weight up high. But when this thing came out, it changed my mind because it does weigh so little and it's so low profile that it doesn't alter the handling characteristics of the vehicle nearly as much as anything else on the market. So it's very comfortable to drive with, and I don't really notice it so much being up there flying down the road.
And you got some stuff mounted to it too, so it kind of works as a roof rack as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That was another selling point as well, because obviously having a SUV, you don't really have a truck bed to to mount antennas and lights and stuff like that. So having the tent serve as the rack as well, it kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone. So you can have the tent, and the tent serves dual purpose. You can mount whatever you want to the side of it. I personally right now have a rear dust light mounted to it.
From Baja Designs.
From Baja Designs.
Upside down because it's cooler.
Absolutely. And then I have a radio antenna for my ham radio that's mounted in the cab.
Sweet. Do you want to pop that thing open?
Absolutely. So much easier now that it's thawed out.
Yeah. It's a little cold this morning.
Oh, done. Camp for the night.
A little bit of mud. Got that off
the
patina.
Yeah, that's from the truck. Yeah, so we'll pop the rear hatch here. Nothing crazy. Larry and the guys at Dominic were nice enough to set me up with a 65 CFX fridge.
How's it working so far?
It has worked amazing, actually, and I really don't ever have to touch it. I just
What do you run it off of power-wise?
I'm running a dual battery setup under the hood. Actually, the guys from, right before this trip, the guys from Off Green Engineering were nice enough to make me one really quickly and get it to us in time for this trip. So I've been pretty stoked on that because I haven't had to worry about any of that stuff. And then obviously that's mounted on top of a goose gear platform setup. Brian, whose shop's not far from where I live, was nice enough last year, right before a big Baja trip, to kind of rush me this whole platform and 2-drawer setup. And then there's also a sleeping platform that's behind the driver. and I use that for extra storage for tools and spares and stuff like that. So it's nice to be able to strap everything down, and when you're flying down the roads in Mexico, everything's not bouncing all over the cab.
How's that goose gear stuff hold up?
It's held up really well, actually. I have beat the absolute shit out of it, and
It's a full-length door slide, right?
it is, absolutely. It's a full-length door slide, so space for me and keeping everything organized and keeping everything from flying around the cab is a big deal. So this was a very nice addition to this truck, and it's helped me keep everything organized and in place and not have to worry about stuff flying around.
And you can still seat 5 people in here if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. Currently, there's a sleeping platform right behind the driver, but it's extremely easy to remove. It's 3 screws, and the rear driver's side seat bolts right back in, and you can put 5 people back in it comfortably. Right now, you can comfortably fit 4 people in it, even with the platform behind.
Nice.
So in a situation where you got to carry an extra person, some sort of emergency situation, or anything like that, or somebody's vehicle goes down, you need to carry somebody else, you still have room for 2 more people.
Yep. And how do you access the tent?
Tent is accessed currently from this collapsible ladder, courtesy of the guys at GFC. Pretty sweet. I store it right here on top of my box, just kind of strapped down, and it's pretty easy. It's just a little Velcro strap, and then it extends. It's got a little catch on it, so it hooks onto the side of the GFC. Come on down. There you go.
And then
No problem.
Are you thinking about doing like a ladder on the back hatch ever to get up there? Or?
I'm going to. As soon as I get home from this trip, this was kind of a last minute deal. I was worried about getting other people's trucks built, so I didn't really put a whole lot of effort into my own. But when I get home, I will be doing a bolt-on rear ladder just to maximize in-cab space, and I guess maximize space outside the cab as well. Because if the ladder can be bolted on and stay there, and I don't have to ever worry about it, and then I can use the storage room for other stuff, then why not?
Sweet.